Well, the Southern Mono Healthcare District won a victory in court last Friday. The district issued the following press release. In furtherance of the lawsuit filed by Northern Inyo Hospital District and Inyo County Local Agency Formation Commission, that's LAFCO, against Southern Mono Healthcare District and Mammoth Hospital, the press release notes they failed to obtain a temporary restraining order and were denied a request for a hearing for the court to issue a preliminary injunction that would have immediately closed operations and disrupted ongoing orthopedic and physical therapy care for hundreds of Inyo County residents and residents of the Swall Meadows and Paradise communities. The press release notes who have chosen to obtain their care at the Bishop location of Mammoth Orthopedic Institute and Sport Physical Therapy. Now, the press release says that the Honorable Shelly-Ann W.L. Chang heard arguments from all parties in the Sacramento County Superior Court on December 18th and ruled in favor of Mammoth Hospital. Mammoth Hospital's lead attorney defending the lawsuit is David Baumwall. Now, said Mammoth Hospital CEO Gary Myers, quote, "We're obviously pleased with Judge Chang's ruling against the temporary restraining order and the application to pursue a preliminary injunction. Among other reasons for denying the application of Northern Inyo Hospital District and Inyo LAFCO, the judge felt that interrupting the long-standing and ongoing medical and rehabilitative care for hundreds of people in a remote rural area was completely unjustified and inappropriate regardless of the location of the clinic. All of these patients have exercised their right to freely choose to obtain their care from MOI physicians and sports center therapists. We believe very strongly in that right of choice. The Northern Inyo Hospital Board and Administration apparently believe they have the right to control and limit that freedom of choice. We will continue to vigorously defend against this unfortunate lawsuit," end quote. And again, that was CEO of Mammoth Hospital, Gary Myers. And more hospital news. The Southern Inyo Healthcare District issued a press release today noting that on December 10th, Lee Barron resigned as CEO, CFO, and CCO of Southern Inyo Healthcare District. The board immediately began a concerted effort to lead the district forward. On Thursday, December 17th, the press release notes the board learned that their choice for the interim CEO could not accept the position because the level of uncertainty about the past and current status of the district created potential risk for her if she did. Now, that night, the board determined to contact the state and invite it to assume responsibility for the district in an effort to enable moving forward with an effective management plan, which is in the best interest of the district. Following board members resigned their positions on the board: Dick Gehring, Mary Kemp, Carol Roster, Drew Wickham, and Jack Berry. The resignations have been reported to the state. And again, that press release for the Southern Inyo Healthcare District, which was issued today. Now, Deb Murphy filed this report after the board meeting last Thursday, noting that following an awkward meeting of unanswered questions, two members of the Southern Inyo Hospital Board of Directors went into a special ad hoc committee meeting with Kevin Flanagan, Chief Executive Officer for Northern Inyo Hospital, County Counsel, as well as Donna McCauley, Southern Inyo Hospital's nurse practitioner, and briefly the new CEO at the struggling hospital. The board reconvened 90 minutes later and informed close to 50 employees and South County residents of their decision. A call would be made to the California Department of Public Health in San Bernardino asking for help. Drew Wickman said, quote, "Because of information we weren't aware of before, we're contacting the state," end quote. Wickman explained that the healthcare district's property and parcel tax payment went to catch up on back payroll to the employees. "There's no assurance we'll have the funds for payroll in January," he said. Representatives from the CDPH should have been on site by last week to begin assessing the situation. The board expected to hold a meeting Tuesday, at which time it hopes to know more clearly what the state will do. Now, questions asked prior to the ad hoc session exposed the uncertainty of the hospital's fiscal situation. Now, while the short-term debt hovered around $2.2 million, no one knew the total of long-term debt. While former CEO and Chief Financial Officer Lee Barron provided month-by-month cash flow charts at board meetings, no overall budgetary figures were presented. The situation is dire, said Wickman, his voice cracking. We're at a point where our income can't support what we're doing. We have to do this before something catastrophic happens. The state has been here to review the skilled nursing facility, and we're okay, but will we be okay next week? This is beyond us, end quote. Now, the tentative plan is to transfer patients in the skilled nursing facility to the Bishop Care Center. Dr. Mike Dillon, one of the former emergency room physicians, urged those in attendance to get political. This opens the window for the community to influence elected officials, he said. Using U.S. Highway 395 as an example, he explained that Inyo County residents' tax money did not pay for the highway, that it was an important conduit maintained by state funds. Highway 395 is a necessity, he said, the same as health care. The case needs to be made. This hospital needs to stay open. You can see Deb Murphy's full story on our website, sierrawave.net. Well, West Bishop resident Mary Kay Kilpatrick was named to the Northern Inyo Healthcare District Board of Directors during the board's regular monthly meeting last Wednesday night. She will be formally sworn into office on January 19th. Now, a press release notes Mrs. Kilpatrick, the retired superintendent of the Round Valley School District, was the only applicant to file for the recent Zone 4 vacancy. An ad hoc committee of current board directors Denise Hayden and Pete Watercott interviewed Mrs. Kilpatrick before recommending her appointment to remaining board members N.C. Hubbard and John Ungersma, M.D. The appointment was approved 4-0. Mrs. Kilpatrick will complete the term vacated last month by longtime director D. Scott Clark, M.D. Full disclosure, Dr. Scott Clark, a member of our family here at Sierra Wave Media. Dr. Clark stepped down from the board following his retirement so he could pursue other interests. Mrs. Kilpatrick will serve just shy of 1 year before determining if she will run for formal election to the board in November of 2016. A Bishop resident for the past 58 years, Mary Kay Kilpatrick is best known for her 38-year career as first an elementary school teacher and then the superintendent of Round Valley Elementary School District. Among the highlights of her career, she was named Outstanding Elementary Teacher of America, was the first mentor teacher approved by the state of California. Many local organizations have benefited from Mrs. Kilpatrick's volunteer leadership, including Playhouse 395, the High Sierra chapter of Sweet Adelines, Bishop Community Concert Association, the Bishop Friendship Center, and the American Legion Auxiliary Unit 118. Mary Kay Kilpatrick also serves on the Northern Inyo Hospital Foundation Board of Directors. She is married to Chuck Kilpatrick, retired insurance agent and longtime community volunteer. The couple has one daughter, 3 grandchildren, and 2 great-grandchildren. Again, you can see that full press release on sierrawave.net. Well, the Inyo County Sheriff's Office is asking for the public's assistance in locating Grant Massey, a 40-year-old man from Blytheville, Arkansas. Press release from the Inyo County Sheriff's Office notes that Massey was reported missing in Arkansas by his family in mid-December. Now, on December 19th, the California Highway Patrol located an abandoned vehicle registered to Massey on Highway 395 near Taboose Creek. On December 20th, a man matching Massey's description was seen in the area northeast of Big Pine on foot. By the time deputies arrived on scene, the man matching Mr. Massey's description could not be located. Massey is described as a white male adult, 6'1", approximately 280 pounds. You're asked to contact the Inyo County Sheriff's Dispatch at 760-873-0383 if you see or know the whereabouts of Grant Massey. And an update on the graffiti in the Crowley Lake area. The Mono County Sheriff's Department said that on December 17th, as a result of the traditional and social media coverage, a Crowley Lake resident came forward and admitted responsibility for the graffiti. Press release says the depiction was not done recently and was intended as an expression of art, not to deface or damage any property. The resident stated this was a teenage indiscretion and in hindsight was a poor decision. The reported crime of the vandalism is out of the statute of limitations. Mono County Sheriff's Office, the press release notes, appreciates the community response to the incident and notes that the public lands are beautiful in their own right, and we should all strive to protect them while responsibly enjoying them. We'll be back with more news.